reckon you're very familiar with it.
True.
So it was a story of this lady, during the apartheid,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when you guys were segmented, the
Mm-hmm.
black
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah,
eat crap,
yeah.
go to crappy schools, and the white
Crappy
people, yeah,
toilets and
crappy toilets
everything.
and everything.
Yeah.
And white people had the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How big is the movie? Like in other parts of Africa, like in my country, Tanzania, it's a very big movie.
It
During
is.
my time, it was a very big movie. And I don't know about Kenya. I've only been here for 3 years. So how big
It's
of a movie is it?
it's quite huge because that movie kind of taught a lot of African countries like a big thing about standing up for themselves and everything. And it also came with interesting music and nice dance. So it's quite a big. It's huge. I don't know how I can make it as huge as it is, but in words, but it is quite a huge thing because it impacted a lot of people, African countries, and lives, I
Yeah,
guess,
and culturally as
and
well.
culture. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. No, you gotta be proud of your thing.
yeah,
I
true.
mean, confidence and standing out, what those youth did, it was just
And
beautiful.
was it based on a true story?
It is actually based on a true story. If you got down with the history of South Africa, apartheid, and everything, the youth stood. There's actually a holiday where they celebrate the whole youth
Wow,
for standing up and making it better for us youth of today. So it
wow.
is based on a true story, and it's quite inspirational.
So it wasn't the old, wise people who stood up. It was the youth.
It was the youth who
Wow.
stood up because you could see in the movie they are wearing
Yeah,
uniforms
yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, it was the youth who actually said enough is enough. We are gonna fight. So yeah, so some died
Wow.
in the process, as you saw in the movie. It really happened. It did.
Oh, that's very powerful.
It
I mean,
is.
like just think about it. It's youth.
It's the youth. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like
That's so cool. I
very
don't even know
cool.
what to say. Like I have chills.
I
Literally, I have
know.
chills.
Yeah, yeah. You we gotta stand up though.
Yeah,
Speak up
we have
and
to. We
do
have to.
something.
And what does it say to you, as a youth?
Okay, it taught me a lot. That movie, the whole apartheid youth standing up, it taught me as a person a lot of things. Why should I keep quiet and be silent whilst I'm feeling abused or, inferior? So I learned you don't have to be rude about it, but if you need something to be done or need something to be changed in your life, just speak up, tell someone, do something.
Be
I
on
mean,
voice.
yeah, be your own voice. Exactly. No one's gonna come and take you. It is all you on you. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
No one cares shit for you, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do to
You gotta
survive.
survive.
Yeah, yeah,
True,
yeah. That's
true.
all you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, looking at our cultures, I want to generalize. I don't want to generalize the African culture, but the culture in my country, it's seen as if youth, they don't know what they're doing,
True.
or sometimes what they're doing is wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they need to be monitored to do certain things.
Yeah, they need to
And
be
sometimes
told.
there are systems that are in place. When you grow up, your
True.
parents know that they have to take you to school, they have to do 1 2 3. But sometimes, as youth, we're living in a very different era
Mhm.
compared to what our previous generation grew up to.
Yeah.
So sometimes, you get the urge or the need to step out of this line and do something else.
Yeah.
And because it's new to them, they feel like it's wrong. It
Yeah.
might not be right, it might not be wrong, but they just assume, off the fit it's wrong. So, like getting to hear this story in real time from you and
Mhm.
getting the whole perspective, because like I didn't know it was based on a true story, or maybe other people knew, but I didn't.
Mhm.
And I didn't know it was that celebrated, and you have actually a holiday, that celebrates
We do.
youth.
Yeah.
I mean, that empowers youth.
It empowers youth.
Very.
I actually don't like the fact that the grown-ups think because they've outlived us, everything they know. I feel like with the generation we're going into, most stuff we might know a little bit better than okay, we have to just accept we know better in technology and they may claim that it's not important, but it's the life we're living.
Yeah, true.
So I feel like we should be listened to, and then maybe they can just think about it. Sometimes they don't even Here you speak, here you put your point on the table
Right.
because it's irrelevant because you're too young. You're too young to understand. That's all they say.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
yeah.
I mean, like, look